Losing weight as a nurse? There is no possible way. Totally kidding. Although it might seem next to impossible due to a very demanding and unique career, this video and our Shift Nurse Survival Guide will show you the way. After just over 1,000 transformations, and the vast majority being from nurses working 12s, it never once came down to keto, Optavia, training 6 days per week, and cutting out bread to see results. In fact, there aren't as many rules around food as you might think. In this video, we're going to explore exactly why it is that nurses struggle with conventional methods and the exact steps to take to beat these 12-hour shifts. Whether you're in the OR, a flight nurse, or anything in between. 90% of any fitness transformation comes down to what we're about to cover. So let's cover the 4 steps nurses need to see real, sustained results. Number 1 is ditch fad dieting. But first of all, understand that doing fad diets or having a history of fad diets isn't actually a bad thing. These are all things that we think we should be doing, and given that nurses have a very unique lifestyle, super common for nurses to have a few up and down cycles with mixed results with their health. But if that coworker who's been dieting since 1994 is trying to tell you about the latest fad diet, please run the other way. Keto, Paleo, Optavia, Nutrisystem, Southbeach, cleansing, elimination diets. These are all programs that barely work for regular people, let alone people that are on their feet for 12 hours per day. Now, can all of these things work? Absolutely. Have things like keto and strict clean eating given life-changing results? 100%. The issue isn't that they haven't done fantastic things for people. The issue is it's probably not the diet that we want to do forever. And this is the crucial reason why these programs are failing our nurses, is because we don't have the right mindset going in. Saying, I'll do keto starting on January 1st, I'll do a 21-day clean eating challenge, I'm gonna cut out french fries until the wedding. We go into these things knowing that it's a thing that we can't do forever, and we're already setting ourselves up for failure before we even get started. Fad diets and diet culture, it is all trouble. Which brings me to point number 2, and that is that sustainability is crucial. Everyone talks about this, everyone sort of knows this, but the issue is making it real. And what we need is a lifestyle and not another diet. And you'd be surprised that making a lifestyle change is actually much easier than you think, and I promise that it's not like asking a cigarette smoker to quit cold turkey. And we will cover that in a video soon. Sustainability boils down to having an approach to food and fitness that you can see yourself doing in the long run. And with most nurses being hardworking and very social creatures, this might mean dinners out, having some drinks, or actually having some normalcy between all the chaos. Now, as you'll see, there are plenty of ways to have things like Chick-fil-A and takeout to see results. And if we restrict ourselves from these things, if we feel that sacrifice and we're limiting ourselves to just baked chicken and broccoli, we're setting ourselves up for failure no matter how disciplined we are. Personally, I consider myself a very disciplined person, but I only made it 10 months on a strict clean eating low-fat diet. So avoid relying on discipline because nutrition is way more flexible than everyone makes it out to be. And with sustainability, the bottom line is this: if you can't see yourself doing it forever, the results are just temporary. So think about that the next time you're contemplating cutting something out. Now that we've covered that, step number 3 is understanding what your body needs. You might be thinking, Justin, I'm already doing Chick-fil-A. What the heck is going on? Well, there is a lot of stuff that goes into a goal like losing 30 pounds and keeping it off, especially for nurses. You have to look at the overall composition of foods that you're consistently eating, which is oftentimes a very, very overlooked thing. And this is the right levels of protein and fats and fiber, and making sure that all of this is set up in a way to where you're optimized to get results. Like having the right levels of fat for menopause and hormones, having enough carbs to handle your specific type of nursing, and if it sounds confusing, it could be as simple as having things like cheese sticks instead of bananas, or having fat-burning foods that don't require any refrigeration, like a Boost protein shake, or simply door dashing the right foods when you're in a bind that we've included in this Shift Survival Guide. And side note, if you don't have access, you can get access down below. And every nurse is going to be a little bit different. If you're in the OR, you're not going to have time to drink water or even use the restroom. ICU, you're constantly going room to room. Then you have on-call, overtime, bed shortages. Everyone's going to be a little bit unique, and your energy demands are unique too, which means that the types of snacks you might need are going to be different person to person. The OR might benefit from the energy density of almonds. versus a nurse that takes 14,000 steps might be better off with a Quest bar. Nailing all of this is how to see results, stay fueled, satiated, and burn off body fat. Then making it easy, effective, and enjoyable for the nurse lifestyle, that's when the big breakthroughs happen. It just needs to make sense for you. Now, the fourth and final step to pull off a nurse transformation is having a clear end game. A goal like losing 30 pounds is ultimately a thing that you want to do once. To get the physique, the health that you want, be able to maintain it in the long run. And because how you get the results is the same way you keep the results, sustainability needs to be at the forefront like we talked about. But once someone can have Mexican food and see results, we are well on our way to having that long-term approach that we need. But with that, you need to understand that you're not going to be in a fat loss stage forever. Many of the side-by-side transformations that you've seen from JBF have happened just within a matter of months. And there are really only 3 stages to this journey: attaining, reverse dieting, and maintenance mode. And knowing that there is a set end goal already puts us in the headspace of completing the journey versus I'll just give it another shot, which is like going from being lost in the forest, potentially never gaining ground, to have the exact roadmap to go from A to B. Now, one of the parts that I enjoy the most about nurses is that it's way more than a profession to you. Being a nurse is kind of an identity. This is a true lifestyle you're living. Like, if you ask a nurse that if she's ever planning on leaving healthcare, more often than not, they're like, I'd have no idea what else I'd be doing. And I'm like, you don't even want to get out of bedside. Like, we're 59, we have 400-pound patients. But anyway, nurses are awesome. So the job itself is incredibly demanding, as you know, physically and emotionally. And although we can't necessarily change the 12s, we can certainly change the approach. And just like the 4 steps we covered and everything in this Shift Survival Guide, we can begin to see sustained results with the 12s to reclaim our bodies, our lives, and our confidence. The world needs more healthy nurses. Like, our entire family owes our dad's life to our nurses and our healthcare system. So make sure to check out the other videos in this Shift Survival Guide. Again, if you don't have access, you can get access down below to see the approach that's transforming nurses to just like you, even if it feels like nothing else has worked. Hope that helps. Keep kicking butt, and we will see you in the next one.